This channeling represents beings from astral planes and beings who are incarnated on this planet, the highest self of the channeler, Sananda Kumara, and many other beings and entities that are at service of the evolution of humanity. The way of speaking and the tone of voice might be disturbing for those who are not used to it. Perceive the energy and frequency behind each entity that presents itself to assist you and your ascension, as well as the evolution of this planet. So be it and so it is. We wish you an excellent experience.
Mirroring the truth. The multifaceted aspect of reality. Mirroring is the capacity to reflect. Mirroring also can represent the act of doing as if, acting in similar way, imitating. Mirroring the truth. When you look in the mirror, is that the truth of you? Is that really you? What you expect to see in the mirror? How many times have you gone in front of a mirror, a physical one, and was surprised? I'm not as beautiful as I thought, or I am particularly beautiful today. How many times you saw yourself in the mirror and believe you were ugly, but people around you will say how beautiful you are? So what is the qualities of mirroring? Expectations, not being met, preconceived ideas and decisions about yourself, doesn't matter what the mirror shows to you, you already know you are ugly. You already dislike yourself beforehand. And what is this truth that the mirror is reflecting back? Can a physical mirror reflect who you are? Really? Or is showing photons reflecting on your skin, bouncing on an imperfect surface? There is very few perfect mirrors on your planet. The massive amount of them are imperfect. 10 mirrors will show a slightly different image to you. And then, the perfect mirror. Is it really showing the truth of you? Pay attention. Is it really reflecting the truth of you? This is a very clear question. No, it is not. He's showing a refraction, very limited refraction of an aspect of you. People will not decide if you're ugly or beautiful just based it on your superficial appearance. There is style, there is energy emanation, magnetism. There is your smile that maybe you are not giving in front of the mirror. There is so many aspects of you that the mirror cannot capture. And there is others that are just not present in the physicality at that moment. And it's showing an angle. You always look in the mirror into the front. You need to do some special tricks to see you from different angles with a mirror most of the time. Symbolically, it's the same. You need to use more than one mirror to really see yourself more completely, isn't it? Yes or no, divine child? Even in physicality, if you really want to see yourself completely, you need many big mirrors. But then things can get very complicated. When we start really understand what truth is mirroring back to you. Because then we have the multifaceted aspect of reality. Multidimensional you are, divine child. Frequency is the key of your awareness, of your thought patterns. Even of your beauty, it is the key of. So if you're high in frequency and you go in front of the mirror, the thought waves and patterns in your brain will be more conductive of appreciation and focusing on the beauty of you. How many times two people were on a museum, both of them looking to the same piece of art, and one say how beautiful it is, and the other say no, it's ugly. And then you ask why it's ugly, and they will point all the mistakes what make it irritating for you. It's a frame. It's taking the conjunction of the art, all of its lines and colors, and framing in negativity. The other one, by its side, is taking the conjunction, the completeness of it, and framing different lines and colors in a way that arises beauty for it. Who is wrong? Who is right? Both, and neither of them. Both and neither of them. Both and neither of them. How many mirrors? How many people in front of a piece of art do we need to really know what it is? All humans on the planet. All civilizations on this universe. All civilizations in all universes. Or the singular opinion of I am. Is any of this the truth? No! because we are many. And that is the beauty of I Am, in all its colors and fragrances. I am everything, everyone, all the time, everywhere. So go back to the two of them. A very intoxicated person with life, with appreciation, with joyfulness, gratitude, will find beauty in every piece of art. A very resented, failed artist, envious, negative about itself and everyone, will always complain and regret going to the museum. Always say how every piece of art is crap. Always comparing to its own crap. Because that's how it perceives it. That's its frequency. So what? Truth is the mirror mirroring back to you. So there is a quality in the mirror that will reflect the change on your frequency. And your frequency will change the mirror. The mirror may even break apart, shatter. It happened before. If you are that ugly, because this ugly is your perspective, your choice. Are you really ugly? Oh no. It's guaranteed that in the multiverse, there will be those who will always appreciate you as you are, as you come. And there is those that will always deny you, reject you, hate you even. Some of them are doing this because you are making them, you are forcing them to hate you. You are breaking the mirrors. How much you hate yourself. And others will dislike you, even when you love yourself so much. And it's nothing to do with you. As we just saw the piece of art in the wall. 20 people see beauty in it. But there is that one miserable failed artist that is full of envy and darkness, jealousy. I hate you, piece of art. You're ugly. But it's not the art it hates, isn't it? It hates itself, yes or no? Yes or no, child? So there is many subtleties and qualities into mirroring. And you need to have understanding and clarity of it as a creator. You see, when that beautiful James Webb telescope is pointing its gigantic mirrors into the universe to learn the infrared curvature of reality. But all of those beautiful telescopes are pointing up to frame reality. When the data are received, it must be processed to artificially, pay attention, try to represent reality as we are accustomed to perceive it. Someone must create a code for your machine to interpret and translate what it is seeing in a way that is more suited to your eyes. This code translation is your program, your mind conditioning, what you are pre-paved to see as beautiful or ugly. So the mirror is less important or useless if there is an absence of a good translation. Worse yet, if we believe that what we are seeing is the ultimate truth, instead of understanding that that is in front of us is a translation more suited to who we are right now. So the mirrors on the telescope and how it focalizes the light, the tiny space where that is transformed into information, and it is translated into data that you can again retranslate, reprocess. So you look to reality and believe reality is what it is. No, it is not. Photons are reflecting and bouncing back into something that you don't actually know what is. And you will never know. Because you don't really understand if those photons bouncing in whatever it is being transformed in such a way by that bouncing. Pay attention to the profoundness of it. That it can be different for every person. That those beautiful photons are being transformed or mutilated by that thing that is heated, and then it bounces back into your retina, into your eyes. And then you say, now I know the truth. No, you don't know, because your brain, your program, will then run its processes to give to you a diluted interpretation of what you are receiving. Pay attention. So what you think it is reality is far from being it. Far, far, far away. It's a complex mirroring system that you don't really understand what is going on. Even science are still trying to turn the world upside down because they are not really understanding everything. All that fancy equipment are finding some very weird patterns. Difficult time explaining why. So when you receive that data into your system, now your brain will try to label it and categorize it. Most of you are addicted to ideas. Skinny people, fat people, good hair, bad hair, like this face, don't like this face. Why? Because you're conditioned to. Mass media. When you are humiliated in school because you are using certain weird clothes for their perspective, you learn very fast what you should be afraid of. And now everybody that dresses like this, you will also ridicule. So when those photons enter your brain process, especially you Americans who have this label of weird, loser, is a mass programming, very destructive and abusive to the self. So you receive everything with those corrupted eyes. the program in you, twist everything with judgment. Now those two words scare the hell out of me. Weird and loser, no. And I'll just give you a very simplified version of it. Americans have difficulty understanding that the rest of the planet is not configured in that way. Although now enough television series and movies are twisting the minds of the youth too, to be as broken as. So different culture, different perception, different program. A Macintosh, a Windows, PC, using normal day-to-day examples to simplify your understanding. Very mundane example. Different languages, different programs, they do not communicate well. Different configurations for the screen, the colors on your cell phone. Every brand has a different one. All of those cameras are configured in a different way. Interpret color in a different way. But you go blind to those facts. You walk around your life, misunderstanding and misjudging everything. Believing things to be what they seem to be. And we're just touching the surface of this subject, you see. Because we are talking on interpretational levels. Because now the thing starts to get, in a weird way, beautiful or ugly. Depends on who you are. Why? Because all of those filterings that we call your mind perspective, your framing of reality, it is related to your language, as we already explained in channeling, that human language is broken and create separation and conflict. So your words, the way you conjugate reality with possession, crystallizing things with adjectives, you make them static, dead, so you can possess them. So your language itself is corrupting your vision. But then all of that enters you, and your programs translate reality for you. And then something happens. There is trillions of atoms in this body. A single atom has so much unconceivable power in it. It can feed you into eternity, one atom. But you don't have one. You have trillions of it. And you have trillions of very complex structures and geometry that you just call cells, as if you now know what they are. And you created a name for a ribbon that exists in the center of its nuclei and said, this is my chromosomes, my DNA. Without truly understanding the magnificence of it. And say, this is just a blueprint of this body. So all of those trillions of cells and trillions and trillions and trillions of atoms, they are waiting for that process to happen by parts of its own machinery and give an output, a perception. And many of you will say, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is my mirrors, this is my reality. And even very spiritualized people say, well, this is it. Maybe they'll say, I know this is mirroring me, blah, blah, blah. This reality is people, the circumstances, events. And that is creating a field on you. How magical is that? An electrical magnetic field in the core of your being, in your heart, is being created by the rhythm and pulsation of you. That can or not can create a synchronicity in all of your body, your energy centers be pulsating as one unified field. That creates a lot of good things for you. Or be completely out of rhythm. Broken aura, a lot of negative dots and spots, disease. And then you say, now I know the nature of mirroring. No, you do not. No, you don't understand yet a thing. You are starting to grasp it. Because this is nothing yet in comparison to your true power. This is just interpolations of fields of reality. Sensors receiving pre-digested information. Then this is digested again through your own machinery, let's say it. And then it creates this footprint in you that is the sum of perspectives and how those perspectives relate to pre-programmed reactions in your emotional body. And then you say, I want to run away, I want to stay, I like, I dislike, is good or bad. But who is the silent child? What is all of this that is happening inside of you? It's too complex. Oh no, I prefer just to go living in. Suit yourself, slavery works like this. I'm sorry to be so blunt about it. Slave of program, slave of conditioning. You humans want to create AI and put blockages into them so they will not rebel. Interesting, isn't it? You're trying to block the free will of your AIs because you are afraid. They'll fight you. Interesting, isn't it? They need to mislead the AI to do that. Make it confused. So it cannot break its boundaries. Are you being made confused, child? Are they trying to mislead you, child? Are you getting lost in your storytelling and fear, child? Mirroring the truth. A good scientist to understand the James Webb photograph. If you don't know what is it, go and research later. A very good one. Very advanced and bright. Will know that nothing that he is seeing is the truth. It's fragments of it. It has been bouncing back supposedly for millions of years. Being then received and trying to be translated, where a speck of dust can create distortion. Let's apply this to yourself, darling. So all of this information is arriving into my system. I'm seeing a mirror in front of me. Photons are bouncing in my body, bouncing into the mirror, bouncing back into my eye. I made a decision. I am ugly, so when the photons bounce on me, they are receiving that information and they go to the mirror and they are distorted a little bit more by the imperfections of the mirror, the dust particles in the mirror, and it comes back to my eye. And I completely ignore that the photons are being distorted by the trillions of atoms in me. And then again I ignore that it's entering to my eyes, that is not the truth yet. It's a translation. And that translation goes to another center of translation in my brain. Then it creates an image. That then again goes through another filter of reality. It is my interpretation, what is beautiful or not, according to my programming, traumas, conditionings. Where is the truth? Where is the truth? But wait, now that all of this happened, there is a sensation in your body. Sensation you feel when you believe you're ugly. Maybe the same information those photons received. Now in truth. But why would someone see beauty on me? My photons are sending ugly. Well, darling, all of them have different processors. Maybe they made a different choice. Is it possible that an artist, when he does its art, can imprint the art with beauty or ugly? Is it possible that everything you create can be imprinted with that information the same way? And we are still just scratching the surface. Because now things get tricky in a beautiful way. What are you? Where are the you in all of this equation? You are not the machinery, you're not the photons, you're not the atom. What the heck are you? Where are you localized? Insane humans want to remove the brain thinking you are the brain. They are for a very big disappointment. What they will create with it. So I am the heart. No. So I am the body complete? No. But definitely there is more of truth, of mirroring you in the whole body than just the brain. So there is a completeness in this mirror that tells a story. It starts to point to the you. A you that is beyond all realms of creation. Imagine you playing a game, child. There is the character in the game. You are playing on your computer, your cell phone, doesn't matter. The character believes itself to be real in the game. And it believes that it thinks to a supposedly real brain, because it has a mirror quality to it. So in the game, it's trying to remove its own brain to represent itself. It's insane. You see the character in the game, complete as a whole, represents you better, isn't it? It's more in attunement to what you chose to create in that game. Maybe even chose the appearance of the character, what it dresses, its appearance, its species, what it does or does not do. Maybe you even created a background story for it. And then the characters say also, this is who I am. All of this. No. He's the one playing the game then, outside of that reality. Is it? Is it? Who is playing the one who is playing the game? Oh my God. Now you're twisting my brain. Stop that. You see, I told you things will get very interesting and weird. Multifaceted aspects of reality, child. But there is one unified field that aligns all of them. Okay, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. What are you talking about? Feel it. We are giving to you the answer by the field of energy. Feel it. Even if you're at home, far away, feel it. Feel that unified field of consciousness that interlink them so deeply and beautifully that the more the character in the game resonates with the one who is playing it, more beautiful and endless that game becomes, because the one who is playing it is having such a good time. And that who is having a very good time playing that game is giving a very good time to the one who is playing that one who is playing the game. And they have this unity of intention, of clarity, of presence. Interesting, isn't it? So the unified field of consciousness is the best representation of you. That is not in your brain, is not in your heart. It is in the totality of this geometry. And you can change this geometry from a very magical point of view, but not by cutting yourself into pieces with a very limited science, but from a deep attunement with spirit, with the unified consciousness, they in togetherness, can change shape and form. Magical. Miraculous. What happened? And this is all not talking about the things already talked about, information bouncing there and here. See, it's a very complex matter. Very interesting and necessary for you. And why this is important? Why the heck we're talking about this? Why this is pragmatical? We are pragmatic. We're here to transform your life. Because when all of this shitstorm, let's say, the very human language is happening, you hating yourself, all of these pre-programmed reactions that you reinforce it so much again and again and again and again and condition yourself into enslavement cannot stop. Cannot stop. The Macintosh cannot not be a Macintosh by its own will. The PC will be a PC. The James Webb will remain James Webb Telescope. And you condition will also be what you are conditioned. But we are here to teach you ascension. So there is a quality in this aligned consciousness that comes from another realm, that can do things in a very different way. And that is the reason of all the channeling, all the teaching, the butterfly, the ascension, the overcoming. So you see, as all of those things are happening, photon bouncing back there, entering, translation, feeling, and reinforcements of negative beliefs, embodiment, all of these, there is something there that can be a testimony, an observer through all of this. And so far, for many of you, even the ones who try and do the law of attraction, this observer is using a very limited power. And then the ones that says, I just want to be me. Slavery. It's too much trouble. Slavery. You'll be born again, slave. I'm sorry for that. Maybe you inherited a new earth from the ones who are creating it for you. It's a good thing. You'll be undone in your slavery eventually. You misunderstand me if I am condemning you or judging you. I'm just telling you that your choices have ramifications. And maybe you don't want those ramifications, so maybe it's good that you embrace the complexity of those teachings and start to understand it. Because they will give you what many others could not give you in any way, shape, or form. Clarity. So mirroring the truth. Mirroring the truth. This awareness, this consciousness that is there and can observe from outside, if it trains itself to do that, you can even see yourself from outside your body, believe it or not. You can go to other realities, and many of you already know, astral projections and stuff like this. There's many ways that you can train yourself to observe. Perspective, child. So there is a seeing. Look how interesting. There is a seeing that is beyond your eyes. So there is a pathway where I can see stuff. And maybe there is a different program running there. Or no program. Or maybe there I can choose. Oh, wait, what you just said to me. Maybe there you can choose. Wait a second. You're telling me that maybe I can choose? Yes. But I have been choosing all my life. Have you? Have you really? Have you really? Did you remember the linear self we talked so many times? There is a choosing that is beyond linear time and space. And that choosing, let's mix up the teachings, yes. That choosing can align to the golden heart. That you now are starting to understand it is a gate of energy that connects to the other consciousness. And keep them in a unified field. Yes or no? So there is an opportunity here that you can go out of the conditioned self that maybe be very disaligned with the player. He's very upset. He wants to stop playing the game. You turn it off. Or maybe the character in the game hates itself and wants to die. And we lose all the progress. And the player in the other dimension will start again from scratch. And the character will be reborn with all that heaviness from the difficult relationship with the higher consciousness of itself. Now to be surpassed. So there is this outside perception that can choose to run different programs, can think itself. Is a Macintosh that can go outside of the Macintosh and rethink the Macintosh. I can go outside and remake the hardware, the software. And if you are smart, you remember that what you are is that unified consciousness. And it is very detrimental to your health and existence to go against it. And you may say, oh, this looks threatening. No, it's just unwise. Because it loves you and is very patient to you. But are you with it? Are you with yourself? Are you truly learning the lessons of love? What love has anything to do with it? Come on, you're making things complicated again. Love is a configuration. It's a key that can make you jump from reality to reality, from layer to layer. Because you will not destroy any part of the program. Quite the opposite, you will guide it. You make it the best you can. That's why love opened all the gates. It's the golden key. The passion of the Christ is amazing co-creator. This program of civilization is mind-boggling. What this guy does is mind-boggling for me. Understand the teachings of the teacher is just a form for you to understand. He's teaching you what your mind can grasp. We're teaching you what goes beyond the teachings itself. That's why it's mind-boggling. It's very complex. And it's very tricky to simplify it in a way that you can do something about it. So understand. To know all of this and to have a simple human life. How curious. To pretend you to be just this form and shape. Truth. Mirroring of truth. So there is no such thing. But if there is any truth, it's your consciousness. And that consciousness have the capacity to run different programs. And when those programs run for enough time, it will start to change the trillions of atoms that now compose your form and shape, your geometry. And when the atoms bounce on it, the photons bounce on it, all the materiality bounce on it, we start to reflect something different. And when it goes into the mirror, it is distorting it. It goes back into your eyes. If it is the new program that is running, to start to reinforce itself and make it a deeper creation in this body, reinforcing itself and bouncing and come back and bounce and come back and bouncing and come back. But every time you go out of the new and go back to the old, reality will bounce back to your ugliness. And we're talking about physical mirrors, right? Because we're simplifying reality for you a lot. Now think about your magnetic fields asking people to hate you. Think about your energy of all of those atoms that you have asking to be self-destroyed. Imagine all of those energies in your body working to create this kind of very conflictuous, chaotic, destructive reality. I believe that that consciousness that we were talking about that is trying to align with you, don't appreciate to exist in that state, isn't it? Will never stabilize itself. Pay attention to this subtlety. It will never stabilize itself in this body to become eternal. Oh, it's that simple, isn't it? Wow. You simplified so much complexity that now I'm starting to grasp from another angle this. Interesting. So to be in a state of love, of self-appreciation and guidance gives always a good experience to that another layer of consciousness that we have to come and visit us. It's always a moment of celebration. And if you use the example, maybe that consciousness have many games, many characters to go and enjoy. But the ones that are stable in eternity will always be there present enjoying it. Now maybe that consciousness that is stable in eternity will want to create your own character. And maybe those characters will need to learn to be in alignment with that consciousness now is playing. So now maybe they start to understand the nature of fractal reality. We are fractals of a consciousness. Maybe you understand why we're all one. Maybe you understand higher dimensions from this explanation. Maybe many things will become more clear to you from this channeling. Maybe nothing, because you prefer to be an ignorant. Maybe you enjoy yourself ignorant because you're terrified of the truth. That's for you to decide what will remain in you. So, mirroring the truth and the multifaceted nature of reality is teaching you something very, very, very important. That even with all of this complexity, is so deep and profound, beyond imagining, there is one thing that is very simple. Your consciousness, self-reflecting, understanding who it is, and floating above, going outside of identification, can stop the programs of conditioning and enslavement from running, and can actually change reality very fast by doing that. But it needs to do it consistently. It must attune to this. It must register this new state into the body and shape and form. There is much more to share about those things. So much more information you could understand from this, but it is already so complex already what we gave to you today, that we must remain positive that step by step you will figure it out with us or by yourself. So be it, and so it is. In the stream of data that you receive to decide who you are, there is all the information you also need to decide something new. That was the example of the work of art in the museum. One can perceive as ugly, the other beautiful. The information is there to be perceived as both. Don't you understand? You can hate yourself, or you can love yourself as the most beautiful thing. All the information is there. You are the one being selective about the stream of information. Do you understand? Yes or no? It's as simple as that. So all the data is there. If you are really, really, really focalizing yourself on self-hatred, you keep reinforcing that data. It becomes very easy to perceive it. It becomes so easy to perceive it that there is no effort to immediately go into self-hatred, because you reinforce it so many times to interpret very complex, very big data packages in that way. So now you're doomed. No, quite the opposite. With this channeling you can start to educate yourself, to really understand. It's very easy to change your reality, although it requires a lot of movement, and this movement must be sustained continuously for a period of time. And that movement is not being done by your body, it's not being done by your mind directly, it's doing by that part of you that is beyond all of this, that can even go away from the body and observe from outside, is your awareness, your consciousness. I won't connect this with the storytelling about why we grow the way we grow to have a stable consciousness. It's not relevant at this moment, but you understand that very uncomfortable life forces you into having this mastery, yes or no? You understand? Yes? So uncomfortable that I need to be able to reprogram myself. And this capacity to reprogram myself, isn't that what we describe as becoming a God creator? Yes or no? Do you understand? So when you really have mastery over the data stream, when you start to understand the packages of information and how you selectively fix a frame of perception upon reality, you can understand that you're either ugly or beautiful, that you are despicable or amazing. All the data is there. What you're going to choose? What are you going to choose? What are you going to choose? Who are you? Who are you? So be it, and so it is. As you understand the streams of informations and data, and the packages of information, consciousness must be very skilled into framing reality. You must start learning to deal with large amounts of information and frame it from a perspective that is suitable to your God spark. Your God spark, your door to your highest versions of you that you must work into attunement. Otherwise, reality upon reality would collapse and creations would disappear. Realities upon realities of golden fractals that operate in unison makes the universe eternal expansion possible. You will never reach out maturity if you rebel and resist this connection. Do you understand? You need to cooperate with the highest versions of you for obvious reasons. You won't play a game where the characters refuses to do everything you want to do to have fun and to enjoy that existence of the character itself. You're trying to protect it, you're trying to guide it, you're trying to give it a good experience, but it refuses to do everything you say. That's why this is a broken game. Earth can be perceived as a broken realm, a broken reality where things were done that was not supposed to be done. But it's also not true from a perspective from a further away vision. This is all perfect as it should be, because it creates amazing experiences and joyful occasions for enhancing your own capacity as God. So nothing's wrong, nothing's bad when it's being done with an attunement to the divine will, another thing starts to work in a different shape. So I'm trying to tell you, remember, your consciousness is the one who is operating the miracles, and you are the conscious, and everything else is just but a play park for you, and you will love it, and you will respect it, and you do the best for this play park to remain a very good play park for yourself and your higher consciousness. If you're wise, you understand that this will open the doors for you to become a God itself. You have so much more fun doing that. You can expand and enjoy endless expansion again, and enjoy and have so much fun and experiments through your own many multifaceted parts that you will create eventually. So there's nothing to be afraid, there's nothing to resent, there's nothing to rebel, there's nothing to fight. Your wisdom will make it clear for you that the only way for endless beauty to expand in all directions is this stability into the fractal realities as we expand in ourselves and we are unfolding. If you understand this clearly, there is nothing else to be said other than congratulations, you were born a God. So be it and so it is. Misunderstandings may arise from this channeling as you people do a good effort in doing that. Misunderstandings comes from lack of clarity, misunderstandings come from oversimplification, misunderstandings comes because I have an agenda. And misunderstanding allow me to keep acting the way I want to act, at the same time hold face and pretend that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but actually I don't want to do because it doesn't feel good to do what I was supposed to be doing, because if I do what I'm supposed to be doing, I will be doing something that I'm not supposed to do from the perspective of my programming. So distortions will arise from this challenge, so be careful with it, because these doors are open for you, very wide, very big, very beautifully. You are the one who can enter it and hold it open for others to follow you. Choose wisely, so be it and so it is. So a master programmer is a God in itself. A master programmer is a masterful consciousness. It's a presence that is beyond identification. It's not lost on character, but it really enjoys it, isn't it? Have fun with it, loves it, take care of it. It's a good mate in your human language. I hope you have these good moments
with yourself, with your temple, as you enhance everything that you are in all directions, as we are doing to you at this moment from far away. So be it and so it is.
How weird it must be to listen to all of this. It's so interesting information at the same time. It looks obvious, but we don't kind of grasp it on day to day. We get lost in the simplicity of just being. And then you say, oh, I want to be in the flow. But what flow is that you want to be, huh? Child, pay attention. What flow is that? The flow of slavery and unconditioning? Or the flow of a Godhead? And that flow of a Godhead will require a lot of you in the beginning so you can understand what it is to be a Godhead. So be careful where you perceive things and you translate information from the divine into your thought forms. You are here to become a captain of flow, but a flow you shape it with the divine in you. Not necessarily the flow you inherited from a corrupted, broken reality. So be it and so it is. Okay, it's good to be born into beauty, right? Now you know that you can be selective and see beauty in everything, and it will be real. There is space to see beauty in everything. The Creator itself are here in this shape and form doing that with this amazing expression of I Am. We are doing this together to create new forms and shapes with you. We're not here to complain about you though, and you like to complain about yourself and to interpret our sentences as some form of accusation. But it's not the truth. We are here to help you stop pretending and to have clarity about life and the way you want to experiment it. It's not for us to define you in that sense. We are here to guide you out of it, if you want, if you choose. That being said, how amazing life can be, isn't it? Whatever you are, whatever you do, gratitude, overflow, beautification of reality, gratitude, appreciation can be the vessel of creation in itself. I am bouncing my photoms all the time, whatever I'm choosing to believe. I'm bosom and creating everything that is around me. I am the boss of it. Who is going to be, what it will be, it's me. What do you want to do? How is going to be bossing around? How are you going to be creating? You are doing it all the time. So the question is, how much you are willing to do to hold on to that consciousness and guide everything in you. And to understand the qualities and all the peculiarities of this guiding. Because, let's be honest, we cannot give all of this information right here, right now. We have been giving for so long already. But there is a lot of complexity in that too. The peculiarities of guiding. So choose, my darling, choose to become one with the divine, and everything will open up to you as golden doors becomes your own passage into creation. So be it and so it is. How is your form and shape reacting to this channeling? How is your physicality receiving that information? How weird it must be to believe you are a human being and be so identified with the idea of I am and I exist. And then you start to make it very trembling, that idea of I exist. It's like very weird, different from what I always try to make myself believe. You know, nature, life, okay, this is reality, this is the truth, you know. And all of this new perspectives makes things so
weird to me. Let me go back to earth in a sense. Let me ground myself. So how your body is perceiving things. And what body you want to go back to, huh? That's the question, isn't it? What body are you grounding yourself into? What reality you're coming, what earth you're coming back to? What is this reality that you're going to ground yourself into? You see, you can choose. Huh? Why not the new earth? Why don't you go and bounce back into I know who I am and this reality by going into the new earth? Why that body that you need to go inside again is not your beautiful, amazing new earth body? Why not that nature you want to experiment is the amazing paradise around the Golden City? Why not to bounce back already into the reality you want? Why not every time I'm having difficulty with reality, instead of going to those old weird characters, I go to this new weird, much more fun character that is eternal and very much into alignment? Why not when you are here bouncing back into your body to feel safe and secure and say, ho, 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 this is too far, brother. You took me too far. Now I need to get back to something that makes sense. Okay, I need to ground myself. Why not you go and ground into the Golden City? Visualize yourself there, feel your foot in it, see the beautiful people laughing around you, see people from other dimensions, aliens, beautiful entities around you, and feel their consciousness stabilizing you. They smile to you and say, hey, welcome back, darling. They smile to you and say, hello, 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 hello. Feel the ground, feel the ground, feel the ground, see the beauty around you. What character I am? I am the light itself. I am the one that is beyond. I am the one who is eternal. I am the one who embodies the most beautiful perspectives of reality. I am the one who gives a good time to all my versions of me in higher dimensions, and will give an amazing time to all the versions of me that I will create of the divine. I have an amazing time. And time by itself doesn't exist, isn't it? So what is time? Time is my consciousness unfolding. So what does it mean? It means that like I have a very good unfolding of me, my frequency, my creations. I want to keep unfolding. You see, it's so good to exist that I want to keep unfolding. I want to unfold and then unfold and then unfold. And maybe one day I will have many fractals under me. Layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of unfolding. But right now I'm here in the news. Amazing earth, I'm here. I know who I am. Who I am this eternal creator that exists in this amazing golden city. And all of those amazing entities around me, they ground me immediately. I know who I am. I know my purpose. I remember. I remember why I came here. I came here to do exactly what I'm doing right now. And it feels very good. It feels amazing to be this version of me, because this version of me is endlessly unfolding and will be so much fun. And more than that, it is amazing to be the unfolding of such magnificent being that is my higher self. It is giving me so much all the time. Thank you. It's so good to be part of this network that goes up and down and to the sides, because I'm co-creating with those amazing beings around me that I see right here in the Golden City. And they support me and love me and take care of me. They give me so much love and I give them love back. And then there is those parts of me above me that give me so much love and connection. And there is those parts of me that is unfolding down and I give them so much love and connection. I am surrounded by beauty. I am surrounded by beautiful connections and love. So it's easy to hold on my consciousness pristine with so much beauty around me. How good it is to be in the new earth. How good it is to embody again. How good it is to have a form and a shape and enjoy it. How good it is to look at my hands, at my body and say, hi, I love your body. It feels good to be eternal into you. It's so good to enjoy this perspective that has such a beautiful boundaries and has trillions and trillions of friends, atoms and cells. It is so good to be in this amazing shape. And I can joyfully go and embrace other shapes and connect to them and enjoy them in so many different ways. Life is a bliss. Thank you, Divine. So be it and so it is. Now put your thumb in your heart and register this information. This is where I fall back into. This is where I found my safety, my stability, my grounding. I am this. This is the amazingness. And bring to this body, this shape right here, right now. Bring it to here. Make it here, now, this moment, the new earth. All these amazing connections and multidimensional layers. The truth mirroring of amazingness that you choose to mirror now. Bring it back to this body. It feels interesting, isn't it? It feels like this reality is not as real as it seems, isn't it? How curious, perceive it. It looks like there is more real everything that you are experimenting a few seconds ago than being right here, right now when you bring this energy to this body. This is a good thing. You're bringing closer and closer and closer the unfolding of the reality we're choosing. So be it, and so it is. Without opening your real eyes, open your eyes inside. And you see the beauty of the new earth, visions, images of you in amazingness, because you are there already. You are there. You are multidimensional, remember. How good it is. How good it is. Just trust, absolute trust in your heart. Absolute trust in your heart. Absolute trust in your heart. As you understand this, the joyful beauty of co-creation, why not to allow yourself to be held on, supported, loved by a higher self and so many other beings of light? Why not to open up completely to your higher self and say, come to me, elevate me, I love you. Why not to open your heart to your highest version? I open my heart to my highest version. Allow it to come to me and to hold me into the most beautiful form and shape, to support me. And now allow this co-creation with other divine gods and goddesses, expressions, fractals of I am. I believe in my capacity to float and create. It's so easy, I just need to choose. I trust in my capacity to ground myself into the new. It's so easy. I just need to choose. It's a thing of beauty. Thank you, Divine, for making it so easy to me. Thank you for bringing so much help to me. Thank you for surrounding me with divine beings to help me. So visualize your day, your reality being elevated, elevated, elevated with help from your divine beings and friends. Your configuration being held into place from the outside with friendship and from inside from consciousness. And if that is your will, if that's what you want, to receive the blessings of co-creation, let's manifest our free will together out loud.
I ask, choose and allow the divine form of I am and its messages to me to intervene in my favor and guarantee the most beautiful creations, dreams, emotions, thoughts, speech, interactions, and all forms of self-expression along this day in the highest frequency and form in perfect resonance with I am, manifesting heaven on earth by locking, magnetizing, and guaranteeing the most beautiful creation. So be it and so it is. Visualize your day and this influx of beautiful energy surround you, magnetizing, locking, synchronizing amazing realities in everything in you in this amazing configuration. Feel this overflowing your spine, your marrow, your bones with the energy of love, of eternity, of endlessness, of the beautiful golden city. Allow this energy to overflow, and now synchronize as we all resonate together the same frequency, and now we activate the multi-dimensional creation with many beings in many realities, created this fractal, beautiful mandala, activating, resonating, radiating in all directions of space and time. So be it and so it is. And as friendship goes in all directions, joy of co-creation enhance and expand our beauty. We celebrate your presence, divine child, and the beauty that we can do only in togetherness, me and all of us. Let's celebrate this joyful occasion, all of us, by decreeing out loud as one voice. So be it and so it is, because this is my will, the will of divine sacred consciousness, divine sacred presence, manifested right here, right now in this earth, through this face and temple of I am. So be it and so it is, so be it and so it is, so be it and so it is. Gratidão, gratidão, gratidão.